Hi guys, welcome back to the day 3 of learning Unreal Engine. I hope you are enjoying this series. You have completed day 1 and day 2. Now in day 3, I thought instead of material, let's start with the lighting first. Then we will go to materials. Now I am going to show you today how you can download assets from Fab, the scenes from Fab which are freely available. And then we are going to light the scene that they have. Okay, and after the material day is completed, we are going to create our own scene. So don't worry, just follow along with me and you will have the basic idea of how lighting works in Unreal Engine. Okay, so I open the Epic Games here, and you can see if I scroll downward here, as I told you in day 1, if you remember, we have a feature free Fab content. So just click on it, and as soon as you click it, you will find something like this. Okay, these assets are given for free. So what you need to do, you need to click here and you just need to click buy now. Okay, so as soon as I click on buy now, it will open in another window. You need to log in with your Epic Games account. Okay, if you haven't done it, just do it. Once you have done it, it will add to your cart. So let's just wait for this. And now as you can see, it's basically asking me to log in. So let me just do it quickly for you guys. So now I have logging into Unreal Engine, basically Fab Marketplace. So I just need to confirm the terms and conditions that the Fab says. Just click on accept here, and now you can see I have basically added this and I am now into the checkout part. So just place the order and the email will be sent to you that you have purchased this asset. Okay, and as you can see, it's already showing that sorry, you already own this item, because I have already added it into my library. So you just need to do it and you will have it in your library. So now what you need to do, you need to go to your library in order to use this. So let's just again go to our Epic Games. Okay, and then just go to your library here and just scroll downwards. Now there will be lots of assets if you are using Unreal Engine. If you're not, then it will be 1 2 and you will find it easily. Okay, so you can search with the name directly. It's written here 181850. So just copy and paste it here. I know it's here only, but I am just going to show you that how you can quickly add or filter your projects with just the first name. Okay, then it's asking to add to the project. So we are going to add it to our project here, which we created our first day. Okay, and let's just add to project. Now it is going to download 3.8 GB. Okay, let's say if you don't have much space in your C drive, by default it is going to go into C drive. If you don't have much space here, what you can do, you can go to settings here. Okay, just scroll downwards, edit vault cache location, and just change the vault cache location. Now right now it's set to E, but by default it will be going to C. So you just need to change it and then basically add this to your project. Okay, or else it will go to C drive. Then you need to cut paste it again and again. So just change the location, click apply, restart the engine, and just check it will be your drive that you have selected, and then just click on download here. Okay, so okay, sorry, so let it just download. Once it is downloaded, I will be back, guys. Now you guys can see I have added it to my project. How I know? Because here you can see it's written cache size is 3.9 GB. So it is added. Now let's just open our first day. Okay, so let me just open it quickly and I will be back again. So now you guys can see I have opened my recent project that we have already created in day 2. So now let's just go to content drawer, and here you can now find that there is just be studios here. And if I double click here, you can see there are blueprint foliages, and if I want to see static mesh actors, you can see we can see static mesh actors now. Okay, but what I want to do, I want to open the level and we are going to do the lighting. So you can follow along with me and you have something to show to the audience when you are going to light something. Okay, so let's just double click on levels here, and now you can see there are two levels, overview and level showcase, and there are sub levels as well. Okay, you can see we have this L house main. Okay, then lighting is there, so maybe it's a starting point. I also haven't opened it, so let's just do it together. Let's just click on lighting start, and now you can see it's nothing here. Okay, so let's just go to our levels. Okay, so let's just go to level and we are going to open the level showcase. So it is going to again take some time, as I told you, depending on your GPU it is going to open the scene. It may take like 2 to 3 minutes, maybe more than that, depending on the GPU or CPU that you are using and depending on the scene size that it is having, but I am pretty sure it is going to open up quickly. So let's just wait till the scene opens. Okay, the scene is now loaded and you can see there are some errors here. Okay, there are some errors which are repaired here. So let's just close this. And right now you can see the textures are getting loaded. So let us just give some time. Okay, you can see here it's written preparing shaders, and if you see downwards here, it is showing that also. Okay, so let's just wait. And while waiting, let's just see how the scene is created. So you can see there is a HDRI here. Okay, so if I turn this off, you can see we have this HDRI here, which is lighting the clouds, which is basically giving the uh, what we say, sorry, which is giving the impression that there are some what we say, overcast weather clouds. Okay, and the rain is going to start or something like that. Okay, then you can see there is a directional light, exponential height fog. So we are going to do all the things again. So let's just start now with the lighting part. Okay, so we are going to see if we have any camera here. So if I click here on the perspective, you can see we don't have any camera here. Okay, so we are going to place camera. Okay, it is here, sorry. So if you see here, there are lots of camera here. You can see this angle. We are going to work with this angle only. Okay, it's a cinematic view. If you see, there are lots of other cameras as well. So let's just work with this angle. And now we are going to start from scratch the lighting. So let's just hide this or let's just delete it. Okay, so I'm going to hold the shift key and delete the lighting here as well. Okay, I'm going to collapse the camera, the decal, the house mesh. Okay, so we don't see it. I'm going to hide the reflection captures because I am not going to need it. And if I see downwards, okay, we don't have any light in the scene. Great. So now what I can do, I can just go to lit and unlit. Okay, and you can see we have this result here. So if I again click on lit, you can see there is some light here. Okay, if I go here as well, so you can see there is the fog card. Yeah, it's the fog card basically. So let's just hide that as well. Okay, and I am going in my camera view. So just bear with me. Okay, I'm going to again change my camera here to, let's say, camera 2, and let's just go to unlit mode. So now you can see there are decals and all that stuff. So let's just press the G key here, so you don't see any decals or any stuff like that. Now let's just start with the lighting part. So in day 2 I showed you how you can quickly add lighting from the environment light mixer, but right now we are going to start it from scratch, so you guys know how exactly you can set up your lights one by one. So let's just click on the new tab here. So the first thing that we are going to need here is our what we say, our sunlight. So there are two methods, guys, to do the lighting. There is the real world lighting method as well, and there is a method which is like eyeing the lights and all that stuff, not that real world values. Okay, so let's just do here a real world value because it is going to go give some really good result. Okay, now in order to do that, I am going to start with our directional light first. So just follow along with me. But before doing that, let's just make sure that there is no post process volume. Yeah, it is not there. So let's just start with the lighting now. So I'm going to go to lights and I'm going to drag and drop my directional light here. Okay, I'm going to press the G key and we are in the local mode. So you know how to switch now. And if I go to lit again, you can see we are getting this skylight here. Okay, sorry, the sunlight here. So now we can adjust it, and here you can see there are lines going on. So basically this is your grid, so we can hide the grid as well. So let's just hide the grid here. And now, as I told you, we are going for the realistic lighting effect. So let's just add a post-process volume. Now, what is post-process volume? Post-process volume basically controls your brightness, your exposure, then it controls your quality of the scene. So there are lots of things you can do, the color grading as well. So there are lots of things that you can do in post process. We are going to cover what is post process, how you can use in the future videos as well. Right now I don't want to burden you with lots of stuff, so let's just go again here and let's just go to visual effects and add a post process. Now if I press the G key, you can see this is a square basically. What I want to affect not only in this square, I want to affect the whole scene. So you need to type here infinite, okay, by selecting the post process, okay, in the details tab, and just click this on. Okay, you can see I have this favorite, so I don't need to search again and again. I will find it here only. I will show you how you can do it in the favorite. So let me just show you. Once you find the infinite, what you can do, you can right click and just add it to your favorites. I have already done it, so it is telling me to remove, but your will be add to favorites. Okay, you can do that. Now what I want to do, I want to go for real world lighting, as I told you. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to scroll downwards. Here you need to make sure that your minimum EV, so exposure value, and maximum exposure value, both are around 10 to 12 depending on the scene. So I'm going to start with the 10 because I am going for overcast weather. So now you can see I have gone for 10 by 10, and now you can see our sunlight is gone. Why? Because if you see the Unreal Engine document, it tells that you need to have lots of intensity in the lumen in order to lux, in order to get that lighting correctly. Okay, so first you need to understand mobility. Now we are not baking the light here, we are going to go for cinematic, so we are going to set it to movable. So the result that you see is the final result. In stationary and static you need to bake the lighting, but once you do the baking you cannot move the objects or else shadow will remain there. Okay, just understand that. And now if I increase the intensity to, let's say 1000, now you can see there is some sun which is coming. Okay, so let's just go to 2000, and now you can see. Okay, let's just go to 5000, and now you can see the lighting here. So let's just start with 2000, then we will adjust the lighting. Okay, now again, in order to have the sky here, you are having two methods. First is you can add the HDRI, and second is you can add the clouds here. Okay, sun, I mean skylight, and the atmosphere. So let's just do that. HDRI we can cover in any other topic. So what we can do, we can click here. Let's just go to lights and let's just add a skylight. But before doing that, I want to have the atmosphere here. So I'm going to go to visual effects and I'm going to add a sky atmosphere. And now you can see we have the sky here. Okay, right now it is looking dark. Don't worry, we are going step by step. So it is going to take some time. Okay, don't worry about that. And let's just search for directional light here. Okay, we are going to add this to the folder. So right click and move to. So we need to create a new folder, and I am going to rename this to lighting. Okay, so we know. Now I'm going to move the post process volume as well to the lighting tab. Move to the lighting, and I'm going to add my sky atmosphere as well to my lighting tab. Okay, so let's just right click, move to, and lighting. Okay, so we have done that, and now you can see the result here. Okay, so just close this, and now if you see here, we have this three in the lighting. So if I turn on or off, okay, you can see we have this lighting here. Great. So let's just do one thing. Let's just go to directional light. Let's just press the Ctrl plus L key if you remember, and let's just have some really good shadows here part. Okay, like you can see the shadows here as well. Okay, so this is looking nice. Let's just increase this to, let's say, maybe 6000. And now you can see it is looking good, but maybe it is overexposed, maybe it is not. We are going to know it in some time. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the sky light here, which will have the sky effect in our scene. So we need that in order to get rid of this shadows, dark spots. It just works as a HDRI, guys. So just go to lights and just add the skylight here. And as soon as you do it, you can see it hasn't changed much, because if you know, I told you we need to go for high values here. So we are going to click on movable here. Okay, we are going to click the real time capture here because we want to capture the light and the sunlight in real time. And now just increase this intensity scale. Okay, as I told you, let's just go for 1500, and now you can see it is getting what we say overexposed, but we want that. Trust me guys, we want that. Now what we need to do, we need to adjust the what we say local exposure. Okay, so let's just go to post process here, post process. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll downwards here, and the thing that you will find here is somewhere downward here, local exposure. Okay, so just turn on the highlight contrast, the shadow contrast, and what we say the middle gray bias. Okay, so now just set the middle gray bias value to 1. Okay, just follow with me guys. And now what you need to do, you need to play with what we say your highlight and shadow contrast. Okay, so if I decrease it, you can see we are getting that light effect, but right now you can see our skylight is way too much. So what you can do, there are two methods. Now if you're going for daylight, what you need to do, you need to increase the minimum ev and maximum ev to around 13. Okay, so if I do 13 and 13, now you can see this is looking good. Okay, so now what you need to do, you need to adjust this what we say shadow contrast, and as soon as I do it, you can see the result here. Don't worry, this is looking plain, I know that, but I don't want this, so I'm going to go for, let's say, 12 by 12. Yeah, this is looking nice. And I'm going to go to my what we say skylight. So let's just add the skylight as well to our lighting, so we don't need to search it again and again here. Okay, and let's just reduce this to around maybe 800. Okay, yeah, this is looking nice. 800 is looking good. Okay, and let's just decrease this as well to, let's say, 4000. Okay, I think yes, 4000 is looking good. Maybe 6000. We are going to keep around 6000. And yeah, this is the source angle. Basically what this does, let me show you that as well. I think 800 is also way too much. Let's just go for 300 here. Okay, and you can see the effect that it is giving here. Okay, so if I turn this off, you can see the result. If I turn this on, you can see the result. So if I do just 50 here, you can again see the result. Okay, so you can totally play with this. Okay, so let's just go 400 here. Yeah, this is looking good here, but you can see this is not looking, the water is not looking good and all that stuff. So let's just do one thing. Let's just delete this. Okay, I'm going to add the HDRI. Okay, I'm going to delete the sky atmosphere. Let's just have a HDRI as we saw. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here. Let's just go to lights and let's just drop the HDRI. Okay, now the HDRI is dropped. If I go outwards here, okay, you cannot see anything. So if I go to unlit, now you can see we have this HDRI. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to move this downwards. Okay, like this. So now you can say it's going downward. So we need to take it downward here, something like this. Okay, yeah, this is looking nice. And if I go to lit again, you cannot see anything. Why? Because as if you remember, we need to increase the what we say the size first. Okay, so why we need to increase the size, let me just show you. But before that, let's just increase this to, let's say, 300. So now you can see here. Okay, let's just go for 500. Yeah, we can see the sky now. Okay, here is our sky. So we are going to adjust the sunlight as well. So if I press the G key, and if we see here, okay, if I see my, let's just add this as well to the lighting. And if I see here, my directional light is somewhere over here. Okay, so let's just rotate this HDRI as well. So the sun comes here as well. So you can rotate it here. So now you can see our sun is here somewhere. Okay, so you can see our HDRI is here and our directional light is also here. Okay, so let's just turn this on, and now you can see it's looking something like this. If I go to my, let's say, camera 2, you can see it's looking something like this. So you can change the HDRI as well. So let's just see if they have any HDRI available. Okay, if I go to here, our materials, and let's just check here. So I want to see the textures here, so I'm going to enable the texture. Okay, and if I click here, I can see there are lots of textures, but what I'm searching is for HDRI, okay, which is here the in the skybox texture. Okay, I'm not using the skybox, so it is not going to take here directly, so you can see. So what you can do, you can download a HDRI. So let me show you a website from where you can download HDRI. So let's just go to HDRI Haven. Okay, just search for HDRI Haven. Just click on HDRIs and just go to your sunrise and sunset. Okay, you can go for pure skies if you want the pure sky result as well, or you can search here for high contrast or overcast weathers as well. You can see we have this overcast weather, so we can take this as well. So just download in 4K the HDR file, and now once it is downloaded, you can see here it is downloaded. Just drag and drop to your Unreal Engine directly. So let me show you that. Just select here, go to your Unreal Engine, and here you need to drop it into your content drawer. Okay, so let's just turn off the filter here first, and let's just drag and drop it here. Okay, once it is done, what you need to do, you need to replace it with this HDRI, and now you can see we have replaced the HDRI here. Okay, and now we need to make sure that our directional light doesn't have this sharp shadow, so just increase the source angle to, let's say, 6. Okay, and you will find that your shadows are now softer, much softer. Okay, you can take this value to maybe 100 as well. Okay, and you can see we are getting this soft result now. So let's just go for 500. Okay, now you can see we have this lot of soft result here. Okay, so that's a great thing. Now what you can do, you can select the HDRI. We need to load this HDRI as well into our skylight. So just scroll downward, select the skylight. Okay, and before doing anything, I want to make sure that my HDRI is having a full rotation. Okay, because right now if I see here in my geometry, you can see it's a half dome. I don't want that. So what you can do, you can just increase the size first. Just take it around 1500. So now you can see it's a big HDRI. Just increase the projection center as well to around maybe 200. Okay, and then just go to advanced and use camera projection, and it will be a perfect HDRI to work with. And now what you need to do, you need to go to skylight. Here do a specified cube map. Okay, we need the light to also have this HDRI effect. Just click here, and now you have the HDRI as well as your sunlight. Okay, so if I turn this on and off, you can see the effect. But now we need to increase the cube map resolution to 2048. Don't worry about the water, we are going to work on that as well. And just increase the intensity to around 150. Okay, and now you can see the result here. Okay, so let's just do maybe 150 here. Okay, and maybe 500. Let's just check here. Okay, so let's just do 600. Yeah, and let's just go to skylight, and let's just do 300 here as well. And then I'm going to go to post process, because now it's a overcast weather. I'm going to do it 10 by 10, and now you can see this is looking beautiful, guys. Okay, so now what I can do, if I press the G key, you can see the lighting here as well. Now we can adjust it by going to post process. Okay, just scroll downwards here, and in your local exposure, just decrease the shadow contrast. Okay, so you can see the result, and play with the highlight as well. And then what you can do, you can just decrease the middle gray bias as well. You can see the result here. Okay, yeah, this is looking good. And now what you can do, you can rotate the HDRI as well. So if I go upwards, you can see this is our HDRI here. Okay, this is looking nice. And don't worry, right now it is not looking good, I know that, but one thing that we are missing is our volumetric fog as well. Okay, so we need to have the fog here as well, and you can see we have this water layer here as well. So we are going to first add the fog effect here. So how you can do it, so let's just go to another camera angle. So here you can see the result here as well. Okay, this is looking good. And if I go to here as well, camera 3, so you can see this result. But the water is not looking that great, because the reason is that we are not using another light and fog and all that stuff, and maybe the lumen is also the reason. Okay, so if I scroll downwards here, and let's just see here, global illumination to lumen. Okay, I'm going to explain this in future videos, but right now you can follow along with me. And let's just do 4 by 4 and final gather quality to 4 as well. Okay, and I am going to make sure that this is lumen, high quality reflections. Okay, and maybe 3 and 3 here as well, and 4 here. Okay, so now you can see this is looking nice. And I think the reason the water is not looking that great maybe is the reason of the sky here. Okay, so we can have our own water material from the starter content as well. You can do that as well if you want to do that. Okay, so just click here and just go to your starter content. We have this materials here, and here we have the water material as well. Yeah, here it is, the lake. So what I can do, I can replace this with this material as well. So you can see there are lots of layers here. Okay, so if I hide this, you can see it is having this water dirty texture. Now if I replace it, now you can see we have this water, but now we need to tweak the shader as well. Okay, and if I take this ocean, you can see we have this ocean as well. Okay, this is looking good, but it is way too big. So what we can do, we can double click it here. Okay, you can see the result here. This is a much more complicated material system. Okay, but what we need a texture coordination system here. Okay, and we need to coordinate the texture. So let's just create a material instance out of it. Okay, you can follow along with me if you want to, or you can add your own water if you want. Okay, so let's just right click here and just create material instance, and let's just see if we have any properties here. Okay, we have the color here, which is a good thing. Okay, and I think we don't have the texture coordinate system, which is a bad thing again. Okay, but I can keep it here if I want to, but if you want to change the color, you can totally do it. I have one more water which I can use here. Okay, if you go to fab here and if you search for water, you can download some water materials as well. Okay, so if I search for water and if I go to materials and textures, you can see we have this. Let's just go for compatibility, not compatibility, sorry. Let's just go to price and let's just go for free here. Okay, so now you can see we have this water material as well. So let's just add this to our library, our project. So let's just add to project. I have red. Okay, you can just add this because this is free of cost. Okay, just select your version. I'm going to go for latest version, which is 0.5.4. Okay, it is 5.5, but you can use this version as well. This has some really good water materials that you can use as well, guys. Okay, so you can do that as well, but let it just download. Till then we are going to add the fog effect. So let's just go to visual effects and let's just add the exponential height fog. And here what you need to do, you need to enable the volumetric fog, and as soon as you do it, okay, sorry, it just downloaded. So as soon as you do it, you can see we have this fog effect here, and now we can change the color of the fog as well. You can say this is looking nice here. Okay, let's just quickly change the water material as well. So here you can see we have this materials part, and you can see we have this lake, clean water, then there is a river as well. So if I click on river and if I replace the material, it is going to take some time to prepare the shader, but now you can see it's going like way upward and all that stuff, because you need to adjust lots of stuff here. So I'm going to go for material instance here, not the master material here. Okay, so let's just go for right now m underscore water clean. Okay, so you can go for this as well, or what we can do, we can go for this lake water as well. Okay, but all are going to be way too big, so you need to adjust lot of stuff here. So what you can do, you can just right click here. Okay, create material instance and double click it to open. Okay, and now you need to play with the what we say here. You will find, if I go downwards here, okay, normal, intensity, fake, spec, edge, normal. So there are lots of things that you need to adjust. So here is our water intensity. So if I take this to 1 and maybe zero point 0.1 by zero point 0.1 by zero point 0.1, you can say it's decreasing here, and lake 1 intensity to 0.1, lake normal to maybe zero point 0.1. Okay, you need to play with all this stuff. Speed is also way too much. Okay, scale is also way too much, so we need to adjust this to, let's say, 100 by 100 by 100. Okay, now it's coming down here, but we need to apply this material now. So what we are going to do, we are going to apply this material here. So let's just click on our mi lake instance and let's just replace this. Now you can see it has gone somewhat downwards, but it is taking time. It is going to take some time to tweak the values and all. So I'm going to stick with my material. Okay, that water material that we had here in our materials. So I'm going to apply that only. That's water lake material. This is looking nice. We can keep this. Okay, this is looking good as well. And if you want, you can right click and create a material instance out of it as well, and just apply it. Okay, this instance material, this one. Okay, you can see it's written instance, and if I double click it here, you can see we have this opacity mask, this color as well. Okay, so I can totally play with the color here. We can go for something dull like this. Then you can play with the opacity as well, opacity mask. Then you have the displacement and all that stuff which you can basically use. Okay, so I'm not interested into it. I am just going to keep it this way, and now you can say this is looking good. Now let's just do some color correction as well. So just click on the post process. I'm going to increase the fog as well. So I'm going to search here for volumetric fog. Okay, fog, exponential height fog, and I'm going to increase the scattering distribution here. You can see what is happening here. Okay, I am going to increase or decrease the view distance here as well. You can increase or decrease the start distance, and if you want more fog, what you can do, you can increase this. So if I take it to 0.1, now you can see we have this lot of fog which is going on here. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to do some color grading as well in order to get that look. Okay, so we are going to go to post process. Okay, and then I'm going to go downwards here. First thing that I am going to do is play with what we say our middle gray bias. Okay, so you can turn this down or up, but I am going to leave it to 0.2 here. Okay, and what I can do, I can go upwards here, detail strength, and take it to 1.4. Now you can see we have the strength here. Okay, I am going to make sure that there is no lens flare here, so I'm going to take it to 0. Okay, I'm going to take the vignette effect to, let's say, 0.5. So we have this vignette effect here. We are going to take the sharpen to 0.3. Okay, we want some cinematic result, so we are going to use the temperature as well. So let's just do color balance, and now you can see the result here. Okay, yeah, this is looking somewhat good. And then I'm going to go to my saturation. You can increase or decrease depending on the scene. So if I do 0.1, okay, 1.1, you can see the result, and if I take it downwards, you can see the result as well. So let's just do 1 here, 1.1. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I am going to just go to midtones and going to play with my gain here. Okay, and if I do something like this, you can see we are getting this cinematic result. Okay, yeah, this is looking nice. And now I can play with the what we say our fog as well. So exponential height fog, and we are going to play with the color here. Okay, so let's just click here and let's just play with the color here as well. Okay, I don't want this much. Okay, yeah, this is looking good, and I'm going to press the OK key, and now you can see this is somewhat looking better. We are getting that fog as well. So now you can increase the fog density as well. So if I go for 0.2, you can see we are getting this foggy result. And if you find that, okay, this light is way too much, what you can do, you can just search for directional light and play with the intensity as well. So let's just do 4000, and now you can see we are getting that. Okay, so it's not just a 5 minute game to do the lighting, it takes some time. Okay, now let's say we want some light here as well, so let's just do that as well. Okay, I'm going to decrease somewhat my HDRI intensity as well. Let's just take it to 300. So now you can see this is matching here. Okay, so it's just the process of taking time and do the lighting. So now this video is going to be much more bigger, but you can see I'm getting there. Okay, so it's always about getting the result that you want, but it takes some time. Let's just do 150. Yeah, this is looking good now. Okay, you can play with the directional light as well. Let's just do 2000. Yeah, so now you can see we are getting there. Okay, so what we can do maybe 2500, but I want to move the sun here, so let's just press the Control L key, and now you can see guys, this is looking beautiful. Okay, see the result that you are getting, so you need to play with this. Okay, so let's just do Control Z. I am liking this result, this sun that is coming from here. Okay, and if you want more volumetric rays from the sun, you can do that as well. Just increase this volumetric scattering. So if I do 2, you can now see we are getting this. Okay, and now what I can do, I can take this to maybe 1500. Yeah, this is much better. I think 2000 was better. Okay, I cannot decide what I want. And now you can play with the sun color as well, and now you can see this result. Okay, you can totally play with the mood of the lighting, the result that you want to achieve. See, this is looking much better. And now what I can do, I can add more lights here. Okay, how? So let's just go downwards. Let's just add one light here. So I'm going to decrease the camera speed, and I'm going to add one light here. So what I can do, I can go to lights, and let's just add a point light. Okay, so if I press the G key here, right now you can see it's here, but you cannot see. I'm just going to turn this off. If I press the G key, you cannot see, because first we need to set it to movable, and then we need to increase the intensity to lot. So if I take this 200, now you can see it's lighting basically, but you cannot see the light here. Okay, so why is that? Okay, so if I take this to 1000, now you can see we are getting that lighting, but we are not getting it here. So let's just do it 200 here. And then what I can do, I can play with the temperature here. So let's just take this downward here, something like this. So what we need a object here as well in order to see this. Okay, so if I go here again to my camera 2, you can see we are getting that light, but we need a object here, a emissive object. So you can do that as well. Okay, but I'm not going to show you right now because I'm going to cover it in materials. But let's just go here and add some fake lights here. Okay, so what I can do, I can add some fake lights here. Okay, so let's just go to lights, and let's just add a, what we say, a spotlight or a rectangle light. Okay, so you can see it's here. Press the G key to see the light, just E to rotate the light. Okay, and then you can set it to movable as I told you, and let's just kick this to 500, and now you can see it's going upwards. We want it downwards. Okay, something like this, and we can take it upwards if we don't see want to see in our camera. So let's just go to our camera view here, and you can see this is how it is looking. Okay, you can see the result here as well. Now I'm going to make it bigger here in our source, not in width but in height. Okay, something like this, and I'm going to move it here. Okay, something like this, and now I'm going to take the temperature here and take it to here, something like this, so we get that lighting effect here. Okay, so you can see the result here, and it's affecting till here. So let's just increase this from 500 to 1000, and you can see, let's just go for 3000, and now you can see the results. See, so this is looking much better. So what I can do, I can select this light, take it downward, but before doing that, let's just move to lighting here. Okay, so it's all about playing with the lighting, the result that you want to achieve with the lighting. Okay, it totally depends on this, and now you can see this is looking much better. We can fake the light inside as well. Okay, so if I go here, and I can add a light here as well. So let's just go to lights, and let's just add what we say, our, let's add a point light as well. You can do that as well. Okay, but I prefer the rectangle light. Okay, so now you can see the result here, and I'm going to move it here in the center. Okay, sorry, here in the center. Yeah, and now I'm going to rotate it. So let's just press the E key. Let's just do 90. I know I need to go to up to 3500 in order to see. Yeah, this is looking much better. And you can see we are getting that volumetric as well. Okay, so let's just do something like this here, like this here. Okay, and let's just, okay, it's coming outward, so let's just decrease our height so it remains inside. Okay, so now you can see the light is there, but if I take it inwards it is visible, but if I take it outwards it is not visible. Now the reason for that is, okay, so I think we need to increase it way more. So let's just increase it here. Let's just maybe go for 10,000. Yeah, now you can see. Okay, you can see how this light is affecting the scene. Okay, yeah, this is looking nice. And maybe 10,000 is good, but we can crank it up to 30,000 as well. Okay, let's just do this here, something around this. And let's just again go to our camera. Camera 2 it was, yeah. So we cannot see right now because the window is closed, but you can totally do the lighting here as well. Okay, so if I take this window and remove it, now you can see there is light which is inwards. Okay, you can see the light as well which is available, and now you can play with the lighting as well. So rectangle light here is the third one. And now what you can do, if you don't want to use the temperature, you can do like a spooky kind of lighting. Okay, if you want to do something like this, you can do that as well. Just move it upwards. Okay, so it's around here, not around here. Now you can see the result here as well. Okay, you can totally do it if you want to, but I am going to just close this window. I don't want to see it here. Okay, you can do it now. Right now it's coming downward because it's here. There is nothing inside. The two-sided material is turned off, so that's the reason it is getting that light. Okay, yeah, one more thing before going, what you can do, you can add one more here as well. Okay, so if I go here and if I add a rectangle light, no guys, what you can do, you can do it here. Press the E key, just do something like this. Okay, something like this, and you can make it much bigger here. Okay, let's do something like this, and now you can see this is looking like this. If I take this to 20,000 right now, you can see we are getting that light here. Okay, let's just see where we are getting that light. Okay, I think it is going downwards maybe. Okay, I need to check where it is going. Okay, let's just play with the temperature as well so we can see exactly where it is going, the light. Let's just check this here. Let's just go outwards. Yeah, right now you can see the radius is not that much. So what you can do, you need to increase this attenuation radius. Okay, so it covers the whole area. Yeah, sorry, I totally forgot to increase this. So let's just do 2000, and now you can see there is somewhat light. Let's just do 20,000, and now you can see this is the light here. Okay, and now you can see the light is getting here as well. So what you can do, you can move it backwards here. Okay, and then you can take it to maybe 50,000 as well, and now you can see it's casting this light here. And if I go to my camera here, you can see we are getting this orange shade as well. Okay, so this is a cool thing that you can play with the lighting values as well. Okay, so depending on what you want to achieve, let's say something is coming from this side, maybe a lantern is there, maybe some fireplace is there, and that is emitting some light, you can totally do that as well. Okay, but right now I'm going to hide this because this thing is looking really good. And what we can do, we can just increase the screen percentage here. So let's just do 200, not 200, sorry, not 2000, 140. Let's just do, Okay, and now you can see this is looking nice, and let's just press the F11 key. Now you can see there is an error of texturing over budget and all that stuff. So just press the Tidal key between escape and tab. Okay, and type here r dot texture streaming and take this to 0. So this error will be gone, and this is looking really good. And we can have a screenshot here. So let's just create a high resolution screenshot. Let's just capture this. And this is done. Okay. And you can see the capture is taking some moment to do. Okay. So let it just be done. And now this is done. Okay. I can open the directory. Okay. So let me just quickly open the directory and show you the result. Okay, so let me just go here in our open world. First day, saved, screenshots, Windows editor, and here it is. So now you can see this is looking really good. Okay, so yeah, we started not with that good result, but at the end we got that result. So it's all about taking your time to do some lighting, to do some set dressing. So what I can do, I can place here a lantern, a fire maybe, so we get that light. Okay, this is just a beginning. You can play with the lighting as you want. Okay, you can see my other videos as well, where I cover lighting in detail as well, so you can go with that as well. Okay, I'm going to keep it till here because this video has been pretty long. So just practice this out. The lighting, I want to show this, but we are going to do the lighting again when we are going to do the scene creation. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series of learning Unreal Engine. This is day 3 of learning how to do lighting in Unreal Engine. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine. And if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments if you are liking this series or not, and if you want this type of long videos or not. Till then, take care. Bye bye guys. I will see you in the day 4.